Chris Wilder has
Hi.
joined us. Chris, congratulations on the win. How does it feel to win in that way?
Yeah, I feel for David as a fellow manager. That's happened to us 2 or 3 times this season. Snodgrass again. He played against us against Villa a couple of seasons ago and stuck one in the top corner in the 90th minute. And he come back to thought it was a repeat act similar to Haunter's, but we've got a decision there. But as I said, we've been in that position 2 or 3 times this season, so it's I should imagine desperately disappointing for them.
Do you feel differently about the decision when it goes for you than when it goes against you? In fact, the process of it.
Well, yet again, players go off, celebrate, last-minute goal. I know a few of their boys, and Declan and Mark Noble, and they're saying the same things that our boys were saying when it's gone against us. So, we'll only know at the end of the season if it's evened itself out, as everybody keeps talking about. But we've certainly dodged a bullet late on from our point of view. Thought we were in control second half, a lot better second half to what the first half was, and really should have put them to bed. But you don't put teams to bed. We've had 2 or 3 good opportunities. Give the ball away, go back to the goalkeeper, go backwards and square and safe. Then you invite it on, and obviously we've invited it on, and they've took advantage of it. But we've been saved by decision.
Chris, were you disappointed at half-time? What did you say to your players? 'Cause it was a little bit flat first half, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. We had to grind it out a little bit. It's a huge 3 points for us. I'm always, result as well as performance, but the result is far bigger than the performance tonight. We gave the ball away cheaply. We never got going, never got into a rhythm. We were caught in between, whether to press, whether to drop off and protect. I thought we didn't react or anticipate, allow players to get out of tight areas, and weren't physical enough. And I thought second half we certainly started off on the front foot. Bit more physical.
Where do you think that came from first half? Just the last, you said a couple of days rest maybe, and just players.
I don't know, because the preparation was good for us, and we were we're always up for a game, but it was just, as I said, it was just a bit lacklustre, and they got a few passes in and got into some good positions, and it wasn't us. So a few little reminders, but. We still gave the ball away so cheaply second half, but I thought, we created the better chances. I never really felt that they were going to score. I always felt that we would take it from 1-0 to 2-0, and we obviously had chances to do that.
Fleck in midfield, I was so impressed with him. Obviously, coming to the Premier League this season, and people talk about Sheffield United, the system, but actually the quality you have in midfield, and it looks like a brilliant balance you've got there with his left foot, Norwood sitting, and Lundstrom making runs constantly, getting on the back post, in behind people. How impressed, not how impressed, but how pleased are you with your midfield this season?
Yeah. When we tried to through the 3, play through the 3. With their system today, we should have got Basham and O'Connell out a lot more with Ollie Norwood, but to be fair, they jumped on him a little bit. I didn't think, from our point of view, the midfield players were at their best with the ball, gave the ball away cheaply. They're a lot better than that usually, but the energy that they give us, the structure that they give us to go in this system, if teams are playing 3 at the back, then one of them have got to go and release onto the centre half, the third centre half. And Fleck did that better second half, and Lundstrom did that better second half. But no, the players have been outstanding, and they said, if we are going to play and take the handbrake off, let's go and do it. Let's not go out the back door. And I felt we were, as I said, a bit attentive first half, and I thought second half we took the handbrake off. I thought it was a great start. John cemented one of their players early on. I thought that the crowd were great, but that really gave us a lift and an impetus to go on and back that up and follow that in behind.
Chris, let's take a look at the table, because you're up into 5th place in the table. I think we're past the point where we're surprised by the success that Sheffield United are having. But do you also have to be slightly cautious when you look at the table, or are you aiming higher?
No, we really are cautious, because Kelly, I thought it wasn't a great performance from us, but as the boys know as well, sometimes you forgive not a great performance for a big 3 points, and it's certainly a huge 3 points to take us into the 30s. At that stage of the season is fantastic for the group of players and the football club. It is on to the next game. Yet again, Arsenal away, and then followed up by Manchester City at home. So we felt this was a big night for us. We had to make sure that we picked something up, and thankfully in the end, we've picked a big 3 points up.
Into the 30s. Don't tell me you're looking at the 40-point mark.
Well, I think you talk about just next point, or next 3 points. I think we have to feel that way. I've never said about 40 points, never once. We'll assess it right the way through, but it is, accumulation of points. Sorry, being boring, but accumulation of points and see where it takes us. But as I said, we've still got some huge challenges ahead of us. But the learning, they've learned hopefully from the Man City and Liverpool game as well. And hopefully they've learnt from our first half performance to our second half performance, because I thought the difference was quite dramatic.
But as you said, all about the result rather than the performance tonight, and it was the right result. So congratulations.
Thank you.
And thanks very much
Cheers.
for coming out to talk to us, Chris.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thanks.